What if I told you that Hedera was going to change finance forever? Well, we're going to be talking about it. Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. We are coming close to 100,000 subscribers as well. So I have to give a big thank you and a big shout out to everyone that has been a subscriber of the channel and a follower for a very long time. You guys literally are the life of this channel. Without you, this channel would be nothing. But with that in mind, let's talk about a few things. The biggest thing that has been happening around Hedera is simply the FUD from the community, talking about how the HBAR Foundation is not supporting the community. People are getting paid way too much. And well, we see them starting to move towards really kind of answering the community and supporting the community as well, which is a very good sign that they are trying to actually do better and become better. This is very good to see. And if you guys did miss it, here we have the RFP pilot. We're excited to announce the launch of our pilot request for proposal process to deliver a more transparent Hedera community supported element to grant giving. And here we're starting with 2 RFPs to meet specific ecosystem needs, and developer teams everywhere are invited to apply. The community is invited to participate in discussion around the applications. Inaugural RFP pilot lending markets, credit market development grants with development milestones, credit market liquidity, new pool for liquidity needs with up to 10 million HBAR available. I would actually like to see that well above 100 million, but we have this will be topped up based on ecosystem needs and projects can apply multiple times. So this is probably going to see a lot more HBAR being allocated, but initially it is going to be 10 million. But here's how the pilot works. The Hedera Foundation issues an RFP outlining ecosystem needs. Builders apply using the existing grant application. The THF reviews submissions and associated community feedback to decide on grants. Community engagement is a core focus of this new initiative. Please help review RFPs and responses, join discussions on Twitter, and share your feedback via socials to help shape the future of the Hedera ecosystem. Benefits of the new RFP process, well, increased transparency, and ultimately we really need a lot more transparency when it comes to this, and clarity as well. Enhanced ecosystem collaboration, diversification of ideas through broader participation, and then this is how RFPs can enhance existing grants, adds transparency to the grant process, opens up scoping and review phases to community input, encourages collaboration and shared knowledge as well. And here is the full breakdown of how this essentially works from the standard grant process to the request for proposal, and how these two are different and the benefits as well. Because again, that was the standard grant process. Now we're kind of switching over to the request for proposal. But here we have overall the RFP process provides clearer direction, better alignment, and more timely updates on the key priorities benefiting the entire Hedera ecosystem. So this is great to see. Listen, obviously it's not going to be the best thing ever, but it is a start, and I think that it's a great start. And I look forward to seeing what the HBAR Foundation is going to do going forward. Now, I want to take you guys back to 2023 with Hyundai Motor and Kia introducing CO2 emission monitoring system built on the Hedera network. Now, during this time, this was a very big deal, and it still is today. Because listen, as we really kind of look at Hyundai, they have over 250,000 employees worldwide. They're one of the largest car manufacturing companies out there as well. And working with Hedera is a big confirmation that real world applications and use cases are becoming a reality within this space. Now, on top of this, just recently in February of this year, we have how is Hyundai Motor Group utilizing Hedera to drive decarbonization? Well, it's through the supplier CO2 emission monitoring system, SCEMS. And it's combining AI with the Hedera network to bring transparency, trust, and accurate emissions tracking to the supply chain. And even here, you can actually see how this works. This is the full breakdown. They select the Hedera hashgraph to assure secure and accurate carbon emissions data collection. By integrating AI technology combined with high-performance blockchain, the system is enabled to accurately predict future emissions in real time. This cutting-edge CO2 emission monitoring system will help tackle climate change through sustainable supply chains. And we also have Hedera technology holds the key to a revolutionary approach in managing carbon emissions and eliminating combating climate change. And this is from Hyundai's CTO. And then we just have the end here. What feature will you build? So listen, this is a huge use case, and they really kind of wanted to clarify this a little bit more. And the reason why I bring this up, because you might be saying, like, Nick, this happened back in August of 2023. It's almost a year old. Well, Level Up Trading tagged me in a post, and we have what we have done with Hyundai and Kia. We are onboarding 26 different suppliers into the supply chain onto the Hedera network. So anytime there is a manufacturing event, it will be captured on Hedera. You have no clue what's coming. Real world use cases built on Hedera. And also, just to kind of clarify what's happening here, Level Up Trading dropped this under this post, and we have overall, by utilizing Hedera Hashgraph's capabilities, Hyundai and Kia aim to build more transparent, efficient, and sustainable supply chains, aligning with modern standards of environmental and operational accountability. And this is all through supply chain traceability and also carbon footprint monitoring. And again, I keep telling you guys that the mandates around that is going to cause such a big wave of these major names utilizing networks like Hedera. And here we actually have 26 different suppliers utilizing Hedera essentially, and every event will all be captured on Hedera through a transaction. This is going to create a ton of demand. Listen closely.
What we've done with Hyundai and Kia, the car manufacturers, we are in the process, and it's ramping up now, of onboarding, I think it's 26 different suppliers to Hyundai and Kia into their supply chain onto the Hedera network. So anytime there is an event associated with a part that is needed for a car, or the transportation of that part, the manufacturing of that part, or the assembly of a part of the car before the car gets assembled by Kia and Hyundai, every event is captured on Hedera.
So you guys have it. And again, just imagine what type of demand this is going to create. Now, on top of this, right, what about finance? Because a lot of people, especially HBAR holders, just to really kind of, echo this, don't really have a clue of what's coming. Over here, we have upcoming session with Bank Social, Consensus, and Hedera Converge, redefining finance with DLT. Now we see down here that the CEO of Bank Social is going to be there. They're going to be talking about the intersection of Web3 and finance with insights into credit unions, DeFi, and the future of banking. Now, if you guys did miss it just recently, Goldman Sachs did announce the launch of 3 tokenization projects by the end of the year. And this is their digital assets chief basically telling us this. And if we actually look at this, this is building on top of the Bitcoin ETF. We knew that the Bitcoin ETF was basically a welcome mat for these TradFi guys to jump in here and explore other things outside of the ETFs. It was never about the ETFs. It was about tokenization. Tokenization was the key. And if we really kind of look at a few of the quotes here, the nice thing is about an institution of our size, there are different views. And this is more so talking about how Goldman Sachs is more active in crypto from an institutional perspective, including trading cash-settled crypto derivatives on behalf of clients, along with its involvement in the ETF markets. We've continued to see certainly this year an uptick and a broadening in the product suite that clients would like to see available. And we also have down here that tokenization remains a central part of the bank's plans, obviously because of how big tokenization is becoming, and also with BlackRock's build. I mean, that treasury fund continues to grow and grow and grow. It just hit a $500 million milestone that they are mentioning here as well, which is also bringing a lot of attention to it. And we have that, he declined to provide any specifics on the 3 tokenization projects set to launch this year, but said that one is focused on the fund complex in the US and another on debt issuance in Europe. So very exciting things, and there could be other things that we as a firm would naturally be interested, subject to approval, to do, like execution and maybe sub-custody. So very interesting stuff. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because if we go back over here, right, we know Hedera is an absolute giant when it comes to tokenization. We know that they could be very efficient when it comes to RWAs, but also Bank Social, right? Just recently, May 24th, we have U.S. credit unions adopt tokenization of real-world assets. Now, what's funny about this is if we actually scroll down, we can see that recent data shows that there are roughly 4,600 credit unions in the United States. Just imagine a percentage of those credit unions coming over here and tokenizing their entire model. I mean, it's very interesting. And even if we think about that, right, if we look down, we could see that credit unions themselves are ripe for tokenization of RWAs. Unlike for-profit banks that are owned by shareholders, credit unions are owned by the members. One member, one share, one vote. Given this, the credit union ethos and the decentralized finance ethos are perfectly aligned. And here we have top credit unions by total assets as well. We could see that this is in the high billions plus. Now, if we scroll down here, we could see tokenization use cases, and this is where we start to see a lot of things being discussed around what a smart contract could do, how automation can happen around, paying credit unions and things like that, or pay the buying credit union their 20% and things like that. Because again, there's a lot of processes around credit unions that are just extremely inefficient and causes a lot of hurdles within the entire process. So as we really kind of look at this, tokenization could change the entire way that credit unions work, how credit works itself. But also even down here, we have, according to Wingit, Bank Social is working with several credit unions for use cases such as tokenizing identity. And what's funny about this is all utilizing Hedera. This is the big thing to focus on. And this is all to tokenize payments and deposits for peer-to-peer transactions made on the Hedera network. Like, this is a game changer around credit unions. And I've talked about this on multiple occasions because I do think that this is a very significant move, especially concerned how much money, how many transactions, and how big this market actually is. And it is ripe for disruption. Now, building on top of this, outside of just the credit union side, tokenization continues to become a big talking subject because even if we go back to May 16th of 2023, DLT-powered financial markets could save $100 billion per year. But we don't get that without tokenization, and it's all going to be on DLT. This is where we start to look at the most efficient DLTs. Hedera is one of the leading ones. It's one of the most proven ones as well to handle the scale. And even in a more recent, update from the Financial Services Committee, aka Congress, there was a hearing on June 5th that was titled Next Generation Infrastructure: How Tokenization of Real-World Assets Will Facilitate Efficient Markets. We're talking about every single financial market changing and being tokenized. We're talking about tokenization of everything financial, and also pretty much anything of value. This is where we look at what names are ahead of the game, what names are planning this, and again, what names are the most efficient in this space. Hedera continues to shine among the rest. And this is also why I say, even with stablecoin initiatives, focus on Hedera. Everyone right now is so short-sighted. They're looking at this market. They're looking at it next month, next, week, even the next day. And the way that I look at this is, if we see some of the names tied to this hearing, you have the DTCC here, right? The DTCC is settling $3 quadrillion per year. Like, these names are not looking at this market through a 1-year time frame. They're looking at this market and how big it could be in the next 5-10 years. And I'm not saying to do that, but I'm telling you guys right now, you are not going to get wealthy in this space investing into something like HBAR and thinking that you're going to get rich next month. That's not how this works. These are blue chips essentially that are in the making. These are companies and networks that are not massively adopted yet. And utility does not matter yet. But once we start to see regulations flooding the space, that's when utility matters, and that's when these networks become extremely valuable because they put in all the time, the work, the effort. This is what I'm very excited about. And this is also why I say, a lot of people have no clue what's coming because trillions of dollars will flood into the space. Believe that. It's going to happen. All we are really focused on is, not the, if, but just when it happens. So with that being said, if you guys did enjoy the video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. This has been Nick. Peace out.